And then there came a day like many others. The Best Flarking Podcast. Your nerd's eye view of TV, film, comics, and video games. With you as always, your mother flarking hosts, Dunners and Reeg. Fellas, show them who they're flarking with.
Hello, and welcome to the Best Flarking Podcast. This is only the second time we've ever recorded in the same state, but that will be the norm from going forward because I have returned to the homeland, and this is episode 20. So we've made it to 20 of them, and we're very thankful that you're still here with us. I am Dunners to some, and with me, as always, is the main man himself, Reeg. Reeg, how are you doing, dude?
Doing very well. My brother, my cohort, my Captain America to my Bucky. How are you?
Dude, I am slowly but surely getting settled in. Like, it took me a while to get my office all up and running in my house and get, our truck unpacked and get me even into this state. But everything's going great. Not a dull moment in my life.
Never.
Just now more cold moments than warm weather moments.
It's so true.
So that's okay though. But I'm good. It's been a little while since we've been here.
A long while.
A little long while. But that should be remedied now.
So many beautiful things have happened.
Yeah,
so many progressions. Consoles bought.
Oh yeah.
New net
in the time between our last episode and now, you acquired.
Yep. I have not yet joined the PC Master Race, but soon.
You're working on it.
Yep. We'll get there.
But now you're a two-console man.
I'm a two-console man.
So now you can live in the world of when people start to get into flame wars on video game articles. You can be like, why don't you guys just stop being so lame and own them both?
Pretty much. That's the ultimate, is it not?
Well, I mean, the true ultimate would be to have the Wii U as well and be like, well, I even also have the Wii U so I can play Splatoon and Pokken Tournament when it comes out. Because I'm actually considering buying a fucking Wii U for Pokken Tournament when it comes out.
And this is why we host a podcast together. You don't think I ain't think about it, Toby.
It's just I looked at it, it was like, Tekken with Pokemon? That sounds oddly enough, that sounds so odd that I might just have to go re-get a Wii U just for that and to test it out.
And the fact that it's the only thing you can play Smash Brothers on.
It's true.
Unless you get older.
And the 3DS, because I have Smash Brothers on my 3DS. But it is more fun to play it on the console, that is for sure. For surely. Plus, Mega Man, dude. Mega Man's on that Smash Brothers. You gotta rip and rock. So now that you got a PS4, what have you been playing?
Oh man, I overdid myself. That's what I did immediately.
Oh yeah?
7 games in a week, I think. So I got the Last of Us bundle because I read great things. I wasn't gonna get Battlefront. Hell no. So I did that. I've gotten a little bit into that one. But I mainly got it for those third-party developer games that we, have been seeing a lot in the headlines lately. The Witness, Firewatch. There are several others to name, and those are just the cliche ones. But I wanted to know what the hell they were like. So those two, Borderlands the prequel, so that me and the homies could get on some multiplayer action there, and. As well as I do how awesome Until Dawn has been.
It's true. I think I actually know a little more than you that Until Dawn's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Seeing as I've joined the 4.6% of all players who have done absolutely everything of note in the game, achieving my second platinum trophy ever on my PlayStation 4.
Cue the music.
Exactly. So I platted Until Dawn, and I really liked it. And I just can't say enough about it in general. It's definitely on my list of 2015 Gottis.
Absolutely.
It's like, yep, that's one of the best games of 2015 for sure. And oddly enough, I really didn't care for Heavy Rain, which is a lot like what Until Dawn is, but more of a crime story.
Okay.
And I might have to pick up the Heavy Rain re-release on PS4 just to to see if maybe I just was in a funk at the time, and I didn't like it because of like where I was at that point in time, and I wasn't ready for that type of game. But yeah, man, I decided to assign characters to people in real life. I actually texted Sarah, our lovely friend Sarah, who's been on the podcast, and I'm like, "You are so Emily."
Oh, jeez.
And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yep." I'm like, "And Nick is Chris, and I am definitely Josh."
This went over well, I'm sure.
And Pete is Flamethrower Guy.
Let me tell you here.
Let me go ahead and tell you that I'm going to say that I've been in the game fighting bad guys for years, only to be promptly destroyed.
Swiftly. Just...
Spoiler tag after I said it. Whatever. A game came out on Halloween. If you haven't played it by now, you deserve it, I guess. I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Out? So we're not far behind. I thought I was way behind on that game.
No, it's like
Now I don't feel
around
bad.
Halloween. It was almost impossible to get around Halloween. I got it for pennies on the dollar during, that crazy time of the year, that Black Friday-ness. It was, I got it and I rebought Bloodborne for, I think, $30, $35 for the two of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now, you recommended Bloodborne. But
I recommend Bloodborne to everyone. Bloodborne is one of those games where it's like, it will test what type of person you are.
Oh,
and Bloodborne... And Bloodborne's one of those games where, like, I have, like, 70% of the trophies, and if I just put in an extra 15 hours of effort, I could platinum Bloodborne, and I feel like I should, because platinuming Bloodborne is one of those things where people are like, fuck, this dude is a total loser. Why would you spend so much time and anguish doing that? And it's like, because you couldn't do it, and that's why I got it.
Damn.
But yeah, no, Bloodborne is, whereas, like, how difficult The Witness is as far as puzzles and testing your brain goes.
Yes.
Bloodborne is difficult in the opposite direction, in how physical and like deft you have to be and agile to beat these bosses and make sure you're not just getting totally smoked.
Interesting. So my thumbs are gonna hurt.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about like Bloodborne is that like people love these types of games, like the Demon Souls, the Dark Souls, the Bloodborns, the Lords of the Fallen of the world. They like these games so much that like those diehard fans start to invent like creative ways to beat those games. And then you see these stories where it's like, man beats Dark Souls 2 without getting hit using a hardwired Donkey Konga drum from the Wii as his only controller. It's like, that's insane. What? And it's like, man beats Dark Souls using Rock Band drum pad. I'm like, that's insane.
That's
like, that's like, the game's already incredibly difficult, and they're gonna go ahead and beat it with a shitty drum set for a controller. Okay, you're the one. You're the one.
Okay, Neo.
You're Neo. You're the one who's gonna fly us out of the Matrix and save our life. Oh my sweet, sweet dear God. So
your first playthrough, you ended up saving everyone?
No, my first playthrough, I had 2 people go down. Or no, 3 people go down. My very first one. My very first one I thought, spoilers, straight up, here we go, it's going down. Ashley, when she goes to investigate the trapdoor, and I forgot that the Wendigo can mimic a human being. I got Ashley killed.
Yep, that was my first as well.
And then, when Jessica and Matt are running away from the Wendigo in Chapter 10, Jessica, I didn't realize Jess's leg is hurt too bad for her to run, so I chose run instead of hide. And Matt gets away, and the Wendigo tackles Jessica and rips her jaw off. And then the last one is I got Sam killed because my dog bumped into me during a don't move sequence. And I moved, and she got impaled and head squished.
Yep.
But then I went back and I played it through again, and I did all the collectible stuff first, and then I got all the collectible crap done, and then I saved everyone, and then I did a playthrough where I killed everyone with their specific death achievements. So, like, I made sure that Chris fake shot Ashley, So that way when Chris tries to get back in later, Ashley fakes not having the key to the door and lets him get his head ripped off by the Wendigo. And then I made Mike shoot Emily in the basement.
Damn.
And then... So that unlocks all your, like, death-based achievements. Are those ones.
See, I gotta do all this.
The funny thing is the hardest one for me to kill, like, during my... Like, I couldn't figure it out at first, was, like, Matt. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna kill this guy? He's in the game for so little.
Dude,
and I was like... And then, I was like, how the fuck do I kill this guy? And then I was like, oh, you know what? I bet I just have to attack the deer and they'll push me over the edge. And then I attacked the deer and he shoved me over the edge. And I was like, oh, there he goes. Now he's dead.
See. All right. Well, now I know the answer to that. I got him killed in the caves, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know how.
Huh.
But yeah, that fucker, somebody picked him up and put his ass on a meat hook through the chin.
Well, there you go. I like that the game pulls the double swerve on you that it's like Josh is just like mental and he's lost his mind because of his sister's dying.
Yeah, but you saw that coming.
He is playing the trick on everybody, and then midway through it switches and it's like, oh yeah, actually there's Wendigos on the mountain,
right. So
you're kind of all gonna get killed for real.
Yeah. We saw it coming though. Come on.
And
man.
that like well, I mean, I figured there was something else because of, like, the Predator vision.
Right.
But, like, I didn't know what that was.
Yep.
And then, the, like, reveal that the most powerful... Because if you didn't get all the totems, you don't get to see the story. But Flamethrower Guy kills the ancient leader of the Wendigos. There's one that his grandfather had been hunting for, like, 70 years. That had been eluding him. And that's the one that chases Beth and Hannah over the cliff. And Flamethrower Guy ends up killing it. And that's the spirit that is the only one that's out there. And that's the one that Hannah becomes. She becomes the most powerful one. Which is why in that final sequence, she's the one ripping the heads off of the other Wendigos and kicking the shit out of them, like, with ease. Because she's the biggest, most powerful one.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, so like there's that whole angle that you don't even know about until you get all the totems. It's a really good just kind of like story element idea.
Yeah, no, it sounds really cool.
And if you collect all the collectibles about the Mystery Man too, and if you escape him as Sam instead of getting caught by him, because Chapter 5 has like two different endings for Sam. Either she gets gassed by Josh, or she gets away.
Okay.
And she hides. And then her Chapter 7 is different then. Like, there's like a whole extra section before she meets up with Mike. And in that, you end up finding the cell phone with him and Dr. A.J. Lee having their texts back and forth about, it's like, you're not coming to your sessions, why aren't you answering your phone? And, like, Josh is like, leave me alone! So you get the reveal that Josh is the killer before the actual reveal.
Dude, I love that.
If you do the collectibles.
I thought the game was profiling me.
So, like, I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty sweet. And then, so, like, all that stuff is really, really cool. The Supermassive, the guys who made that game are working on their next one. They're not going to do any DLC for Until Dawn, but they are working on a brand new one. And supposedly a Until Dawn 2 for this coming Halloween. Which... Who knows if that'll be able to be made in time if they're working on two different games and get it done. But it doesn't really seem like, there's not a ton of like gameplay to it. It's just more of a storytelling exercise.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as we were talking about before, like even like 10 episodes ago, Until Dawn is like one you should most certainly play through.
Yeah,
you have to do it. You'll probably really really like it.
As Sarah told me, and thank God she did. You get Until Dawn, you turn all the lights off, you turn the volume up, and you play.
Mm-hmm. And you just let it ride. And then you learn to hate Agent Ward even more than you could possibly hate.
Ward. Yeah, I took 2 of his fingers off right away.
Bro. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I was like, this is a horror movie. There's no prying open the bear trap. No. He loses his fingers now.
Cut him off.
But then, did you keep the wolf alive?
I did.
Good man. Because the wolf is the man.
Yep.
Like, my wife's like, you let the wolf die? I'm like, I'd never let the wolf die.
I'd never, ever.
I would let Mike die 100 times before I let the wolf die.
Oh, man. I was... No, man. It's so crazy how a video game, that storytelling, to your point, the storytelling can make me feel genuine fear, because that guy mentioning, when you kill one, it kind of lets that spirit out, so that's the last thing you want to do. Dog, as soon as I killed one of them, I was like, oh shit.
Like, oh no, now it's out here. I was
I fucked up.
But I was like, as long as nobody eats anybody on the mountain, though, the spirit can swirl around the mountain.
Oh man. Yeah, come to find out, nothing comes of it, but I was genuinely fucking terrified.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of the sequences are genuinely creepy. They have really good moments. Like the Sam and the towel has that classic slasher moment.
Yes.
Ashley and Chris in the basement with the ghost has a really good creepy haunted house vibe. Any of the stuff with the Wendigos is awesome monster movie stuff. All the moments the Wendigos just about get you is pretty awesome. The flying at you in slow motion. It's oh shit, this is pretty fucking sweet. So I mean, overall, just a very, very good game. And it's funny because I hated Emily at first, and then as the game goes on, I was like, you know what, she's actually okay. They're even I hated Jess the whole game, and I was like, God, she sucks. And then when her whole insecurities thing with Mike, and I was like, you know what, actually she's okay. And even same thing, I was like, man, Mike sucks. And I was like, man, Mike's actually kind of a total badass by the end.
Yeah, that's true.
That dude goes through the sanatorium twice. Yeah. That dude's all right. He's all right. Although I do love that the game even takes on some straight up horror movie tropes, infinite ammo shotgun. He's clearly got a double barrel sawed off,
just not reloading at all.
He's hitting things at range, far higher range than any impact would allow for with a shotgun. So it's pretty amazing that it's very horror movie-y, and it actually made me really want to write a friend getaway weekend horror movie. And I was like, man, you should really get back into writing horror stuff, because you fucking love horror stuff. I do love horror stuff, Brain. Thanks for telling me. And I was just he's like, no problem.
Got you.
I was like, I got you, boy. I got you. Oh, man. But, yeah, man. Until Dawn. Get it. It's really, really good. It's really, 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 really good. So is there anything else, other than The Last of Us and games that you could get in better-looking versions on PC that you got your PS4 for?
The Witness has been amazing. I have to dive back into Firewatch.
Well, you've already completed Firewatch, right? I haven't played it yet, but from what I understand, Firewatch is 3 hours long.
Oh, it's probably quick. I didn't, because, again, to my point, I grabbed 7 games just to try everything immediately. And once you start Until Dawn, you don't stop until it's over, pretty much. And that's the only one that I did complete. And then I dove back into The Witness, and that one has grabbed me completely. It's, oh my God, it's terrible. So I haven't gone back to Firewatch yet.
Okay.
And when I started it, lucky enough, I had read on some sites to do it without activating your map indicator, so you know where you're at. It's a much more immersive experience to just be able to take out the map, not knowing where you're at, and the compass. And that's how I started it, and it was very much that way. Similar to The Witness, I just kind of wanted to figure it out instead of knowing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's super dope. So those are The Last of Us, Until Dawn, Firewatch, The Witness. What are the other 3 that you got?
Journey was the other one. I didn't play it yet. I just grabbed it because it was all critically acclaimed, $15, just your typical. But it had 4.5 stars out of some tens of thousands of ratings. Can't lose there.
Right.
30,000 people can't be wrong.
Yeah, everyone loves Journey.
So that one, Borderlands has been cool, but I already know that game and the experience. It's good to play it again though, because it kind of reminds me of what Destiny should have been. Speaking of which, yes, the Division beta. You didn't play it, did you?
Nope, not at all.
And you didn't play in the closed either, did you?
Nope, I didn't play in the closed, nor did I play in the open.
You just don't give a shit.
I honestly don't give a shit about the Division. There's it seems really neat But at the core of it, dude, I'm out here just fucking overwatching like a damn thug.
Yeah, see, and I don't have that until it comes on a console, man.
So, like...
You're privileged. You're part of the 1%, you fuck.
So, like, basically my gaming time has been split, oddly enough, between Until Dawn, Rare Replay, Overwatch, and Crashlands. Those are my jams right now.
Just got Crashlands today, bro.
Did you get it for your phone, or did you get it for your PC or PS4?
Phone.
Phone?
It's on PS4?
I didn't know if you got it for PS4 or not. I don't think it is. No. But, like, get it for your PC as well as your phone. You will not be disappointed. It's so fucking fun.
Is it through Steam or just their...
Yeah, Steam. And then sign up for the B-Scotch ID. That's the thing that the guys made, so that way your game saves can sync back and forth between Steam and your phone. So, say you get done having, like, a power session on your PC and you have to go somewhere boring, you can fire up Crashlands and not lose any save and just farm the crap out of Sawgrass and all the other stuff that you need. It's such a sweet idea.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, man. I really like Crashlands. I don't know if you know the story behind Crashlands, but I really also love that as well. I guess I wouldn't say I don't love the story because it's a sad one, but also like an uplifting story. Butterscotch Shenanigans from St. Louis are two brothers who make games, and one of them got diagnosed with cancer, and they were working on like an endless runner for like iOS. I did read about this. And the brother is like, dude,
I don't want brothers.
Well, there are three brothers in the whole company, but only two of them really do the developing of the game, from what I understand. Yep. And the dude is like, look, I don't want my last game to make before I die an endless runner. I don't want it to be something where it's like there's already 100 of these out. I want to make something important to me, and that game became Crashlands. And so, like, when you play it and you look at it with like the lens of a lot of the enemies are like tumor based, and like it's kind of a neat catharsis because they kept making it and they made the beta builds for him to do while he was in chemo.
Hey bro, you know me, that hits right home.
Right.
And so, shout out to Mama Reeg.
So like when I read that story, I'm like, man, I like this game even more now because like he eventually he beat it and he's in remission and he's, made a really great game. And like when the chips were down, he's like, I'm gonna keep working even though I feel like shit, and I'm not gonna let my legacy be like a couple of small mobile games. I want it to be something that's really cool.
Fuck yeah.
And then that's what Crashlands is. Like if you like Diablo and you like,
that's what I heard, and Zelda and shit,
and, like isometric RPGs and all that sweet golden goodness of harvesting things and building things and taking them to a whole nother level, Crashlands is your game.
Yeah, buddy.
So, oh man.
I'm so in on that. But, okay, so they have that token thing that you mentioned.
Right.
And just thinking out loud, we didn't really plan on talking about this, but I wanted to ask you, how long do you think it's going to be until we start seeing that more from developers? I was kind of thinking about that, like, because I own the Xbox One, I've already bought Destiny. How many fucking times? How much fucking money did I spend on Destiny? Why should I not own the PS4 version of it as well? Just off of fucking principle.
Well, I mean, I think that all that stuff comes down to being like a problem between like consoles and the developers. The developers, I don't think, give a shit. Like if it came down to it, was like, yeah, if you own it, you own it. As long as you bought it, we don't care where you transfer it to and can play it and do whatever forever. But I think where it comes down to is like Sony's like, I don't give a shit if they bought it on Xbox. They didn't buy it on PS4. They shouldn't have it on PS4. Like, I feel like that's...
Yeah, it's okay. So it's the gatekeeper. It's the hardware. It's not the service.
Yeah, I don't think it's the service at all. And I mean, with Steam and mobile, I don't think there's nothing. Steam is only PC games. So
exactly, and that's what I'm thinking of as Apple as a primary example. I'm thinking of how many apps. As soon as you mentioned Crashlands, actually, I think we had talked about it a week or two ago, and I said, I wonder if it's on Apple TV now because how many developers are making for all of these devices. iPhone, Apple TV, iPad, you name it. And when I buy a version, often I'll either own it across all devices, or I won't have to pay much more than I did already.
Right. Yeah, I mean, God, I wish that it. I really do wish that it was just like a universal, like, I wish it was a universal, like, utopia for all of us video game players who could have, like, all the loveliness in the world, but there's too much money to be made to let anyone be happy.
Yeah.
So,
That's
that's really kind of that's the wah of this whole situation. Not a wah at all, though. That Deadpool movie. How about
that beautiful piece of cinema. I love it.
The Merc with a mouth.
Oh my God.
Took care of business at the box office, man.
Yeah, he did.
Out there just crushifying it big time. Big time. Oh man, do we even know what the to date total?
I don't know to date. Wasn't it 135 over the weekend?
I'm gonna look right now. I'll look right now and I'll tell you what the worldwide.
We do know that it was announced Monday that it was the biggest X-Men film of all time. So that.
Worldwide gross as it stands right now
today
is 512,958,000, which is actually still about 200 million below Days of Future Past. But given the timetable and how much money it'll make on its way throughout the theater run, chances are it's going to go ahead and beat it.
Oh yeah.
So, fucking good on you, Deadpool, for being a movie that originally was never going to be made until.
Oh my God.
Funny thing is, the rumors about who leaked the footage.
I was just going to mention that.
Is Tim Miller, the director of the movie from Blur. They think that Blur just leaked the shit because Blur wanted to make this movie so bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're like, fuck it, we don't care.
You saw Reynolds' comments, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm 70% sure it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Dog, you're just trolling as Wade Wilson right now.
Yeah. And then everyone petitioned to get Deadpool to host Saturday Night Live. Just... It's crazy because it's Deadpool phenomenon. This is like what happened with Wolverine when they first made the X-Men movies. Like, God, we gotta get more Wolverine, gotta get more Wolverine. And it's so nuts because now that Deadpool is not only a successful R-rated horror movie, a massively successful R-rated horror movie. Or excuse me, superhero movie, not horror movie. Still thinking about Until Dawn. Always thinking about Until Dawn.
Though. I mean, a lot of people forget about Punisher, Warzone.
Well, and Blade. Blade is the very first R-rated superhero movie. But lots of people forget about Blade even being in the discussion altogether because it was before like the advent of the superhero age. But none of those movies, even like Punisher didn't make even remotely close to Deadpool.
The monies, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Superhero.
It's just, this is the first one that's proven that they can be successful. The other ones are like, okay, those are movies that exist, but if we made them PG-13, they for sure would have made more money. Yeah. This is like, this made PG-13 money, but it was rated R. It's like, yep. Because those kids who are like 15 are going to sneak into that movie. No matter, they're going to get in to see it no matter what, man. Yep. They're going to find a way to get there. Not to say that the MPAA is an unnecessary system or anything, but... Man, it's I keep thinking about what James Gunn said after Deadpool popped up and was successful.
What did he say?
And it was watch everyone in Hollywood take the wrong lessons from Deadpool. Yep. And when I heard him say that, I was like, you know what? That's actually really probably the dead-on right way to look at it. Is they're gonna see Deadpool's like, it was rated R. Everyone went and saw it because it was rated R. So what happens? Oh, Batman vs. Superman's getting an R-rated Blu-ray. Just so you guys know, it'll be nice and fucking sweet. And it's like, then Fox, the Wolverine is gonna be rated R. For the first time, we're gonna listen and make fucking Wolverine rated R. And it's like, well, yes, rated R Wolverine is super nice. Awesome. Thank you guys for fucking finally understanding how it works. But it's not, Deadpool isn't awesome because it's an R-rated movie. Like, all the shit that happened in it could have happened in a PG-13 setting. Like, dude's I didn't need to see a dude smashed into a billboard.
Yeah, most of it's dialogue.
Or like the 3 bullet hole head thing. And, it's a lot of swear words. It could have been, some of that stuff could have been dialed back and still been quite funny. But, it's like, also, James Gunn had said, I saw the exact same thing happen after Guardians. Yep. He's like, now look at it. Every summer blockbuster you see has a classic rock song in it. It's quippy as all get out, and it's super irreverent. What superhero movies were doing trailers like that before I did mine for Guardians?
Yeah.
He's like, what movies were doing that before Guardians did it? And he's like, nobody. And everyone's getting the wrong idea from Guardians' success because they think that since we made it quippy and quirky and all sorts of colorful, that anyone can just do that and it's going to replicate the success. And it's like, they're like Guardians, just like Deadpool, has a ton of heart. And everyone's missing the point that really well-told stories with lots of heart are always well-received. It doesn't matter what their context is. And that's really at the core of it. Like, Deadpool has like a ton of heart, and it shows like everyone involved really wanted it to succeed, and everyone worked really fucking hard to make that a reality.
Damn right, man.
And it shows like Ryan Reynolds fucking loves being Deadpool as much as Robert Downey Jr. loved being Iron Man in the beginning.
If not more.
So it's like, it's pretty incredible. Like, not even to even get into the scene stuff, which I'm pretty sure we'll get into what we thought was great in the scenes in the movie. But like, just as a whole, it's just a solid, funny movie. Everyone there is doing a great job. I mean, that comedy title sequence.
Oh my god!
It's just so great, And it's just very irreverent and lovely, the whole movie. If you haven't seen it, which I highly doubt anyone who listens to our podcast hasn't seen it, go out and do yourself a favor, go check it out. I need to go see it again for the second time.
D-Box, Saturday.
So, I think I gotta see it in the D-Box before it's out of the D-Box theater.
I'm telling you. Are you playing dad?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm never playing dad.
Well, you are dad. You know what I mean.
I'm not a dad, but I play one on TV. No, I got the kid this weekend. As my wife will be out of town taking care of advertising things like the boss lady that she is. So I'll be rocking solo dolo dad. But I think that I might be able to make Deadpool happen on Saturday because his grandma is Flinny sick and wants to see him. So I might have a couple hours to sneak away and go see a movie. We'll have to play it by ear and figure it out, but
the amazingness pool. The
amazingness pool. All right, what made you laugh the most in the whole movie? In the sake of that, so we don't just run down the whole movie like front to back. What made you laugh the most and why? Go.
Man, that is such a fucked up question to ask.
And go.
Yeah, I can't. You go first because I know yours, and it is hilarious.
Well,
and I didn't catch the line of it until you pointed it out to me.
And I laughed till tears, man.
Yeah.
There's a sequence in the movie where he ends up deciding that he's going to fight Colossus because Colossus fucks up his revenge. And he punches Colossus and shatters his forearm and his wrist. And he gets a little, like, limp wrist situation going on. So he throws another punch at Colossus, doing the exact same thing to his other arm. He turns to the camera with his little, like, bent little fists and broken arm, and he looks at the hands, and then he looks right at the audience, and he goes, all of the dinosaurs feared the T-Rex. And I just fucking died laughing with his little, like, Tyrannosaurus arms, and being all just, like, fucking super broken. And it was pretty amazing.
That one is good. So, okay, now that you mention it, I do remember what I just loved and laughed so hard at, and that is the superhero landing.
That is good.
I'm a sucker for that shit, because you knew it was coming and he called it out. That was just...
It's terrible on your knees.
Oh,
they all do it.
God. They all do it.
Like,
oh my god. Back up. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Superhero landing. Oh, it's so...
I also love the fact that the movie decided that they were like, fuck it. We're not even gonna ask Marvel's approval to have Bob, Agent of Hydra, in the movie either.
Yeah.
Like, yep, we're just gonna put him in, and you guys can deal with it and be mad about it. But we don't give a shit.
Yeah, or a decommissioned helicarrier.
Yeah, the not helicarrier.
Yeah, exactly. The not. Yeah.
Oh man, there's actually supposed like rumblings that they're gonna try and get Deadpool into the MCU as well.
I am not opposed to that.
I mean, it'd be neat. I don't know. I don't know where he. I think he works better in the X-Men universe. I really do.
I think if they could actually fix the X-Men universe, he would work awesomely bordering both, as he does in the comic books.
All right, Deadpool, let us go see the Professor. McAvoy or Stewart, because your guys' timelines are so confusing. Just so great. This is a really nice mansion you have here. It's weird that I can only see two of you in it. It's like the studio couldn't afford to get another X-Man in this movie. I fucking died at that, too. I was like, holy shit, they're taking pot shots at Fox for cutting their budget.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Oh, man.
Just ripe.
So go see it. The action's fucking sweet. The comedy's fucking funny. And, what is it? Morena Baccarin is utterly drop-dead gorgeous in it.
Yeah.
Although they never touch on is she copycat or not. I bet we'll find out in Deadpool 2 if she's copycat or not. But for now, no one knows. Jury's out on whether she's copycat. And also, if you're a big fan of IKEA, you'll probably really like Deadpool for at least one section of the movie.
Whoa.
That talks pretty heavily about which IKEA items are the best IKEA items and some very discerning taste about the design choices for each of those furniture pieces.
Oh, God.
Anything is better than the Fjordenbrunn. just like super mad that you'd even think about referencing such an awful piece of furniture.
Oh, and she's blind.
Blind Al is great. She's great in that movie. Everyone's great in that movie, except for Ajax. He sucks. The villain in this movie sucks.
You thought so?
Yes, I mean, I fucking
did not
know so.
Think so, but
like,
I mean, enlighten me.
For a movie that is so unique and so irreverent and so like just taking its fucking thumb and putting it on its nose and going, superhero movies. They most certainly grabbed the most superhero movie villain you could possibly grab. I'm evil scientist. I made you this. I'm gonna turn you into a slave. Rah, 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 fight at the end because I stole your girlfriend. It was just like, holy shit. This is the most 2000 era superhero villain you could get. Like, this is fucking awful. People want to talk shit about, like, Marvel's, like Darren Cross or the Mandarin twist in Iron Man 3. Fuck, Ajax sucks, dude. He's awful. like those guys are Loki and fucking Kilgrave by comparison to Ajax.
What if it's the inside joke that nobody let you in on?
I don't think it is. Because if it were, there would actually be a joke at its expense, and there's not.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's just a shitty villain, which is fine because it's his first movie.
And so,
you know,
when we walked out of there and they're talking about X-Force, and I kind of obviously I love Reynolds as Deadpool, and also think that he would make an awesome Phantom X. And we were talking about who the fuck could they get to play Phantom X, and homie of mine thought, what's his name? Ed. Who they had playing Ajax there would make an awesome Phantom X.
Yeah, no, he could be solid. Timothy Olyphant, dude.
Timothy Olyphant.
The guy who played the Hitman in Hitman in the very first one. And the dude from Justified.
Fuck you.
Timothy Olyphant would be great as Phantom X. But they're not putting Phantom X in the movie. Come on.
No, I know. It's wishful thinking.
You know for a fact that it's going to be Archangel, Psylocke, the Wolverine, Deadpool, and Cable in an X-Force that has never existed, but are like the hit list of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Fuck it. That'll be great.
You love crushing my hopes and dreams.
I do. I fucking love it. I love just like, oh, Nick's totally hoping for something. I'm gonna fucking just shit all over those dreams real fast.
Batter up.
It's all I care about is fucking Can crushing his dreams and throwing them in the recycling bin of life.
No.
That's imagery for you. How do you feel about this whole, like, internet rumbling? Because this is not from a studio. This is just people talking. But Tom Hardy should be the new Wolverine.
God.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Could you imagine, like, him with the build like Bane, but the snicked fucking Wolverining out and being just absolutely berserk and awesome?
Actually, you know what? Yes, I can, now that I'm thinking of his character in The Revenant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, less
berserker mode.
Like less racist.
Yes. Oh, far less. It's just that wasn't even in the fuck.
But yeah, I was like, man, everyone seems to think Tom Hardy should be the next Wolverine. I was like, that sounds pretty sweet. I'm into it.
Yeah. Well,
fucking
why
do
are we
it.
talking about the next Wolverine? I mean, we still have another one with Hugh.
Yeah, we do. We got an old man Logan, supposedly. I mean, it's even less supposedly now. They keep trying to test the waters with this old man Logan shit, and it's just like, just say it's old man Logan. Do now? They fucking, in like another interview, they talked about like adapting a storyline that's like with him being much older. God. And it's just like, oh yeah, it'll be totally like Simon Kinberg said some shit, and it's just like, dude, either fucking say it's old man Logan or just fucking leave it alone, because if you string us along and it's just another thing like the Wolverine, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Oh, it's over for you.
It's like you guys are killing me. Hugh Jackman has been the perfect Wolverine for like 10 years, and you guys have been dragging him along, not treating him like Wolverine, and that sucks.
Yeah, you fuckers friend zoned him.
I did. They did. They friend zoned the shit out of Wolverine. Ugh.
Just won't let them. Oh man.
Did you watch The Flash last night?
I did. Well, I watched it tonight.
You watched it today.
Yeah.
So you didn't watch it last night.
No.
I watched it last night. I didn't watch it broadcast, but I watched it as soon as it hit Hulu.
I had to chuckle at your text that you sent, because surprisingly you mentioned the non-surprise of the reveal but didn't say a name. So I was spoil free because I didn't see Jay Garrick coming. Spoiler alert! Too late.
Run back in time if you can.
Yeah.
I saw it a fucking mile away, man. Like, as soon as I was like, I've been sitting here for like 3 weeks now being like, can we just get Jay Garrick to take the mask off and it's him?
Well,
and the dude inside the mask is also a Jay Garrick.
Exactly, yeah. So but from which Earth is that Jay Garrick? Which opens up that somebody's traveling to several Earths, and it's not just to Earth 2.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably going to be our next adventure. I just was like, mine came off of just like body size, like body image. I was like, yeah,
man.
You've been calling that one from the beginning.
I was like, man, Jay, he looks like Jay. It looks like Jay Garrick. His physically, like the eyes obviously were different, the voice is different, but it's like, dude, he knows all the speedster tricks, a lot of the shit that Jay was teaching Barry, and it's like that's also suspicious. Also, the body size is almost identical, and we never see Jay Garrick and Zoom together on screen, because those two standing next to each other would be the exact same size. So, like, it basically was just like, yep, yeah, of course it's him. Why, it couldn't be anyone else. And it'll make it harder for him to stop Zoom now, because he's a Jay Garrick or a Hunter Zolomon or something.
See, and that's where I thought it was going to be his dad, and why we even got his dad out of prison, and the quick little glimpse of the old 90s Flash show on the trip to Earth 2.
Right. So
I was convinced it was that. Man, I'm so upset with myself.
Little red herring action at you, and they tricked you and they got you. For me, I stuck to my Jay Garrick guns, and when he knocked out the coordinates for, it's like J A Y Jay Garrick's on Earth. And he's like, no. It's because Zoom is fucking Jay Garrick. It's just like, duh. fucking duh. Like, that was the last straw.
And,
was like,
well, is it that, or is he trying to say that I'm Jay in this case, too?
I figured that he's trying to say I'm Jay. Because what I originally thought was going to be is that in the end of that episode where Jay gets, vibrato-handed.
Oh, yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, before that happened, it was like Jay, and it's like, oh, shit. The Jay that's actually on Earth, who says he's Earth 2 Flash, is actually evil, and he's been playing all of them from the beginning, and that, like, this speed situation is, like, coming and going because he's been testing these velocities on himself, and that, like, he's dying, and he needs them to fix him, and that's why he wants the Flash's speed, because he's consuming the Speed Force,
which would have been
instead of, like,
closer to canon. Instead
of, like, living with it. I'm like, that's pretty sweet. I'm like, that sounds cool. And then it was like, oh, no, he brought a Jay Garrick with him, and it's like, that's going to complicate things. And I was like, oh, is he Jay Garrick in the future who comes back in time? Because now if he killed, now that he killed him, he's technically, he's a time paradox, like how Reverse Flash is a time paradox, and he'll exist no matter what because he's in the Speed Force. Because he was in the Speed Force when he ripped, or not in the Speed Force, he's in the time rift or whatever, when he kills Jay. So technically he could kill himself and still exist because of that whole time displacement thing. So.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
That's just the mind-blowing gif is just going in my head right now.
Yeah,
that dude with the black turtleneck just...
But it was nice to see King Shark for a full episode, and it was nice to watch him fight and do stuff and not just stand there and get shot.
Dope.
So that was kind of tight. It means that, someday... I don't believe Argus for 1 second when they say they're not going to weaponize him. I imagine him in the Suicide Squad TV show eventually if they ever do it.
Well, yeah, but I think what it gave us a better glimpse at is the production value of the show, like we were talking about earlier. Holy shit, man.
It's pretty damn amazing.
It's blowing everything else out of the water. Well, Legends is actually right there with it, but
I think a couple of my buddies who work at Zoic are the ones who are doing the King Shark stuff. Well, so I'm gonna have to
give them kudos.
Send some texts and ask them.
Yeah, salute. Hats off to you, boys.
But yeah, man, dude, God, fucking King Shark looks so tight. He just looks so good.
I know, and big, and just man, believable, I should say. Very convincing.
You know what else has got me convinced?
What?
And it's not Flash related. We're moving on. This is a segue, people. The Daredevil Season 2 trailer Part 1. Oh. Because there's supposed to be, what is it, another piece is coming tomorrow? Or is it...
No, Friday.
Friday. So,
well, I guess because I'll probably mix this tomorrow. So, yeah, tomorrow.
Having our good friend Frank Castle just killifying people with military-like precision and being a total lunatic and quoting children's books, and it's like, oh, he's he's completely unhinged psychopath. This is going to be a crazy unfolding storyline for this. And then to have the moments of, Daredevil, you're just one bad day away from becoming me. And to say that you're a coward and I don't think you can finish the job and that you're a half measure, like, it's going to be really awesome to watch. It seems like it's going to be a very knockdown, drag him out kind of season for Daredevil. I feel like he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So I'm excited about it. I read some of the early reviews, and the early reviews are saying that the first 4 episodes are really uneven, but then it finds its footing and it crushes just like the other episodes from season 1. So apparently it's going to start off a little wonky, but then it's going to make its way to gloriousness.
Yeah,
and I'm very excited. And this trailer ends with Elektra. We get our first shot of Elektra. Does it look like she throws a dagger at him?
I don't know, maybe, but we got an even better shot not but a couple hours ago on Twitter.
Yeah, her motion poster?
Yep.
Yeah, you get to see her in her little ninja outfit, which also looks kind of sweet.
I'm a fan.
She looks a lot like a ninja of the hand. And the red suit, the red accents on her suit look a lot like Nobu's suit. So I feel like there's going to be a connection there between the whole Nobu being part of the hand and Elektra being part of the hand and all that gloriousness.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, man. Foggy's hair is starting to bother me.
Foggy's hair.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, it's just starting to bother me a little bit. I don't know what it is, but like I look at him like, come on, Fulton Reed, get it together with your long ass hair is freaking me out. I don't know why that's the thing that's freaking me out. I don't know why it's bothering me. It's a super petty, stupid thing to be upset about. I feel very comic book fan-y right now. Where it's like, did you say the suit's not even latex? It's totally something else, and I hate it. Like, I feel like that, man.
That new suit is fucking raw.
The new
Daredevil suit.
The Daredevil suit? I mean, like from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like the exact same with the exception of the helmet has seen some battle damage and has been, like, glued back together.
No, they made the forehead different so that it doesn't look as extended. I think they carried the red over instead of the half black, half red, or it's one or the other flipped around. They made some other adjustments too. Yeah, if you look at them side by side, it's way better. It's a huge step up.
Nice. Yeah, I'm very excited for Friday to see the rest of this trailer. And then I'm even more excited for, was it 2.5 weeks from now when we get to watch the whole thing?
March.
I mean, until then, I'm just going to have to binge watch Fuller House
18th.
to really,
You're not watching that, are you?
Dude, I'm absolutely going to fucking watch Fuller House.
Dude,
don't even act like you're not going to watch Fuller House.
I try to act like they,
You know, you're going to come in here and tell me you ain't going to watch Fuller House? You're going to act like you didn't watch TGIF every Friday? Come on, don't lie.
Step by step, day
exactly.
by day.
Watch some Step by Step, some Family Matters, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Boy Meets World, and Full House. Yeah, I'm watching me some Fuller House, and then I'll probably not make it all the way through it because it's probably not gonna be good.
No,
but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and make it all the way through it, and then we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about whether or not DJ can truly raise her kids without her family. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Oh boy,
sounds dangerous.
But before we go, we should do a comparison.
We should
real quick between the 30-second Super Bowl trailer.
This is a fun comparison
Of Capitan America and the final Batman vs Superman trailer. Until I saw Batman vs Superman final trailer, I fucking didn't give a shit about that second trailer. I was like, well, okay, this is whatever. But when I saw it in the theater and I watched, with like the full Dolby Atmos super sound.
Yeah.
And I watched that and fucking Batman stomping fucking heads through fucking floorboards and throwing people through shit. I'm like, okay, Batman, get it done. The thing that I think I actually really liked the most out of that Batman trailer is watching Clark just be like playground, are we gonna fight?
Yeah.
Move to Bruce. You know what I'm talking about? When kids like, fuck you, and then just pushing each other back and forth. But like,
and then he just kind of flicks them and just.
Yeah, when Clark does the shove, Bruce just goes a million miles away. It's like, man, fuck you. And it's just like, you're out of here. But really, the real deal is the end of the trailer when, Clark goes to throw the world's worst overhand right.
Yep.
And it is blocked and stopped.
How just incredibly observational of you. That is the worst overhand right.
It's the worst punch I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh my God.
And he gets stopped by a very clearly carrying kryptonite Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yes.
So then it's on like it was from the first day. And I'm assuming that's where Batman does the jump and stomp the dude's chest in and just kicks the shit out of him, basically. Just puts an absolute beating on him. That being said, the 30-second trailer for Cap, though, with just United, we stand. United. Just watching all that happen, all of that stuff happen, and then have the end just, you picked the wrong side. Just yes. It's on!
It was a shit-losing moment.
It's just guys, is it on? Is it on right now? Just look around and it's
Yep, you gotta
it is,
check.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 100. It's totally. I thought it was on, and we're right. It is. It's on.
People are just
and that's like
slowly nodding their heads.
It's so crazy how awesome that's gonna look. Like we totally. You know what? That was gonna be our last like before we go thing, but we actually have one. Benjamin put it on our Facebook, the Empire screen.
Oh yeah.
From the Empire stuff from Civil War. So we should probably talk about that.
Well, yeah, because we can see A, Crossbones, B, T'Challa out of uniform.
It looks pretty cool, right?
Oh, Crossbones looks awesome.
I thought that was pretty radical. Holy shit, it was so cool to look at that Crossbones photo and be like, oh yeah, that's totally like a DIY supervillain terrorist outfit.
Right.
Fucking good job. Good job. And looking at like Scarlet Witch with the long coat looks really great. Oh, excuse me. And then there's also some Ant-Man stuff that got posted, but it's not in the Empire stuff. It's like a drawing. It looks like he has more like shoulder pads and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
People were calling him Rabbit Man. I don't know. Like, that doesn't look like the suit we saw with him in the Super Bowl spot. Like the helmet looks similar, but the body doesn't look the same.
Well, and if you look closely, I think that's a render. The one that people are posting.
Okay.
It very, very, very much looks like a render to me. You're talking about where it's like he's leaping forward towards.
Yeah, he's like jumping like kind of like oddly towards the screen.
To me, dude, brother, that looks like a render.
So, well, I only got to take a look at it on my phone, so I can't say like other than that. It's like that doesn't look as sweet as I thought.
To your point, exactly is like here's this. I'm looking at the squad screen. That looks nothing like, not nothing, but. It looks like a rendered version of what we saw on screen.
It's like, that's not the one.
Yeah.
You know, so... Oh, holy moly. I'm excited for Crossbones, dude. I didn't think I would be as excited as I am for Crossbones, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for him. For sure.
Yeah, and what else?
Give me some crossy bonies.
We had Martin Freeman's character confirmed.
Everett Ross is confirmed. Thank you, Internet.
Who we thought he was.
Yeah, exactly. Don't ask him about playoffs.
We got T'Challa out of uniform.
Yep.
And we've got statements by the Russos about a controversial ending.
Would you say a ending where someone may or may not get shot through the neck?
Thinking so.
Because it sounds like that's gonna be the case.
I mean, and if we do any kind of information digging into contracts, it's pretty easy to see. Chris Evans only has one more movie, and Sebastian has his life signed to Marvel.
Yeah, he's there for pretty much forever. But Chris Evans has also said that he has no interest in walking away, though.
No, not at all.
He has no interest in walking away.
Doesn't.
So, I mean, but it sounds like he's going to get blocked, and we will see him very much so in the capacity that we thought from the supposed leaked story trajectory from about 8 months ago. Oh, yeah. And that he's going to get brought back by Thanos to fight his buddies, and he's just going to be too Captain America to do it, and he's going to turn and finish the fight.
It's going to be amazing.
All of his good old-fashioned friends, and him and Tony will have a hug, and they're like, bro, I'm sorry I got you killed. And he's like, hey, don't even trip, dog. Don't even trip.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Don't even worry about it. I got Cosmic Cube back into this shit. Don't even trip. Where's the Vision? Oh, he got his face ripped off. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, we'll get him back, though. It's all good. Don't even trip. I'm not tripping. That's basically the whole dialogue for Avengers Infinity War is like, don't trip. Everyone's just saying don't trip about some very trip-worthy situations that are happening. But yeah. Civil War. It's only like 2 months. It's like 2.5 months.
Yeah, dude. A lot closer than we think.
Super close. It's only like 2.5 months away. Daredevil's 2.5 weeks away. And then like Batman vs. Superman's like 4 weeks away. We're into it. Like it started. And it's starting in March. Like the summer blockbuster season's starting in March, baby. It's starting in March.
I'm not even mad.
I'm not mad at it either. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, I'm super excited. God damn it, yes. Because what, Daredevil starts, then we get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back.
I don't watch that show.
Yeah, you told me you were going to catch up, bro.
I told you I was, but then I moved across the country, and I did not. I did not catch up on it.
We have the ultimate scapegoat.
But I did watch Until Dawn, which has Agent Ward in it. Even though now he's not even Agent Ward anymore. Now he's like Boneface McSweat-Time, the Monster Man, right?
Yeah, well, that's what you did to him.
Really? I'm the one who made him all sweaty-faced, like with protruding bones? Like, I thought that was like...
Oh, wait, you're talking about on Agents.
Yeah, I thought on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
no,
like...
he's like dead or some shit now. I don't know.
You know, like, but there's that dude, like, lives in his dead body now. Like, the original Inhuman who was, like, on planet Who Gives a Shit.
Oh, is that what's going on? Are you reading
I don't know, you watch the show, I know.
Yeah, but you're reading shit and I'm not.
I mean, apparently that happened on the show in episodes that have happened and already exist. I don't know, man. This is not a good discussion if you don't know and I don't watch the show.
This is literally
This is no good.
pointless.
This is no good.
Ugh.
This is not a good thing to talk about. Either way, we thank you so much for listening to our show. We will be back in a more regular capacity now because I fucked everything up by moving across the country. So I'm very, very sorry to everyone about, this last 2 months not being super awesome for us. But we're back. We're going to be doing all sorts of crazy stuff. We're going to be launching the website very, 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 very soon. And we're going to be doing all sorts of cool extra stuff that's going to make 2016 the year of the Flarker. So tell your friends to get on the Flark train now, because it's leaving the Flarking station for Flarksville.
Holy moly.
So,
Flark.
Tell those friends to check us out on iTunes as the Best Flarking Podcast. Tell them to check us out on Stitcher as the Best Flarking Podcast. Tell them to check us out on Twitter as @MotherFlarker, on Facebook as Best Flarking Podcast, because we can't have because they're dumb. Facebook. Best Flarking Podcast.
Yeah, why don't you react
Facebook
to it?
/Best Flarking Podcast .stupid. That's a new domain name that you can get for 88 cents or whatever. On top of that, we're on Instagram as the Best Flarking Podcast. We are on Vine as Mother Flarker. We love the fact that you guys listen to the show. We love making the show. We love all of you guys. So, you guys have been great. We've been even better. And this has been
the Best Flarking Podcast.